welcome everybody to Realtors Unplugged this week. We have Dan Fouts and Jen Molina. Dan is going to be our expert for the day. Unfortunately, our other speaker had a calendar conflict, so we are going to present today. Just a couple housekeeping rules. If you have a question, feel free to raise your hand. You can ask your question live, or you can also put it in the Q&A and we'll be happy to answer it there. If we do have loan officers from NEXA Mortgage, this session is dedicated to our realtor partners. So if you do have questions, either seek us out later or attend the Tuesday session, which is specifically for you. Dan, you want to take it away from there?
Well, thank you for that introduction. So today's kind of a very exciting topic, I think anyways. It's our mortgage support platform. We are building it out for realtors to actually connect to loan officers. It can be NEXA loan officers, but it can also be loan officers that their realtor that the realtors bring into the platform themselves so that they can connect live on Zoom. I'm going to give a quick kind of tutorial on how to get there and how to get registered. So if I appear that I'm looking, I'm going to do this because it will make me appear that I'm actually looking at the screen. All right, let's do this. Let's share screen. I need to be made co-host so I can share my screen.
You had it a minute ago.
I gave you the host.
I know, but you were co-host because when I went to give Karen hers, there we go.
Oh,
you already had it.
Now I have the power. All right.
Like He-Man.
Here, let's go there. So, and why don't one of us put in the chat what the actual website is? It's just mortgagesupport.com.
Mm-hmm.
When you go there, you're going to actually see this registration. And I'm going to register as if I'm a realtor, and just so we can see how it works from the realtor side of it. I'm going to see if it'll let me do it without naming a company. If I have to, then I'll lie on that as well. Yeah. All right, I'm going to have to lie. It's a good thing I have power to delete. I don't think it really matters, but we'll go there. Okay, successful. Now I've got to log in. Oh, I probably should have gone. Anyways, you put in your information, your email, you create yourself a password. Should have saved it, but we'll see if I can remember what my password is. And this is how it looks, which is not what I expected. It's a good thing we all have a sense of humor, right?
Okay.
So what really happens here is you log in, and these LOs, these loan officers, are available for you to chat with. Now, I registered as if I was my own referral source. So I showed up first, right? Because I referred myself to this site. So if your loan officer was David E., then he would be in first spot, and you would know to go to him first. But anybody that has this live access is in a Zoom room waiting to chat with you. And of course, your loan officer, we're hoping that they are live. They've referred you in. We're hoping that they spend the most time here so that when you do log in and you do want to chat with them about a client, that they're available. But just know that you can talk to anybody that's live, right? And you can bring your clients into this as well. this is a perfect place for you to bring Joe client in and say, hey, listen, let's go get pre-qualified right now.
Right now.
And they can literally take that application live on Zoom, and I mean, go through every part of it so that it's correct, right? So the information's correct, and almost issue a pre-qual or pre-approval instantaneously, which is why this is so exciting for realtors, or why it should be so exciting for realtors. For loan officers, for me, and I'm just giving you the loan officer perspective, is I invite all my realtors to this, as long as I'm available, which I will be because I'm on Zoom forever.
Same.
But
all day, every day.
Available for my real estate agents, my referral partners, to actually bring their clients in to see me, and that's the glory of this thing, right? Is that you don't need to send an email and wait, and hopefully your loan officer's not on the golf course, me, or whatever the case is. And if he or she is unavailable, you can pick somebody else, that's maybe in your state, maybe Arkansas. Well, you can see we have, we still have a lot of loan officers available that are in Arkansas, that are, well, right now we have 4 that are actually live, right? You could pick, let's go District of Columbia, and you'll notice that I'm going to pop up on most of these because I'm licensed in 46 states. Right?
And now, Dan, they're going to get that. They're going to want to reach out to their loan officer to get that link. So their loan officer shows up first, right?
My bad.
Oh,
You're absolutely correct. So yes, your loan officer should send you a link that's going to look like this. It's this, mortgage support. He should send that to you so that you can register. That should have been the first part of this, Karen. Come on. Somebody's better than that. Now, apparently not me, but. So anyway, so they'll send you this link so that you can get registered for it, and that will automatically get you registered underneath them. If anybody in here is not, say, attached to a loan officer, you can simply go to mortgagesupport.com and pick Jen as your favorite loan officer.
Love it. And this is all free.
All free. Forever free, right?
Forever free.
It's just our way of kind of trying to give back to the industry and say, listen, let's do things different. We're past the age of let's emailing and texting. Let's go live on Zoom, right? I mean, what a better way to meet with clients face to face. How many of us have done loans, in the last 3 years where we've never actually met our client?
Right.
Me, real estate agents, you have to meet with them, right? Because you're showing them homes, but your clients that you bring to us hardly ever meet us anymore. I've been in the industry for 30 years, and way back when, and I know I don't look that old, but way back, way back when, we met with every client. They came to the office, we went to their house, whatever it is. In today's world, everything is done online, but this at least gives your client, hey, that's what Dan looks like, that's what Jen looks like. Karen's not a loan officer, so we won't. She works a different side. But anyways, they're going to be able to get that kind of warm, fuzzy feeling again of knowing at least who their loan officer is, and knowing that they're actually a real person and just not somebody on a keyboard on the other side of the world. So,
absolutely.
Anyways, there's a couple other functions in here that. Right now we have it set up that you could access our insurance agent. If you wanted an insurance quote on a home so that we knew, what the qualifying, say, insurance quote would be, you can go in here and again, You can talk to any live insurance agents that's on here. We have quite a few actually. And here is, I think, one of the key things that's going to excite most agents is you can go to the loan tracker button here, and mine's going to look a little bit kind of, because I have a loan officer side of this. Actually, I have nothing. Excellent. I love it when technology works for us. Anyways, I'll.
Oh no, that makes sense because you have your agent account, so you don't actually have.
Oh, you're right.
Just yet.
Yep, you're right. So why don't I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna bring in my loan officer side of it, just so you can see that I have, these are clients have been referred to me, so I can go in and view, and you'll be able to do this as a real estate agent on your end.
For all of your deals, yeah.
That we will invite you in as an observer, where you can see what the progress is, and I'm going to go to this loan status update. Those agents that are in Arizona, I don't know if the rest of the country uses a loan status update, but Arizona agents actually, we base this off of that. But you can see different things that we've received the contract. Your loan officer will be completing this information for you, so you can actually see where you're at in the process, that the contract's been received, that we have all the buyer information, a loan estimate was sent, we have a conditional approval, all these little things that are important to realtors, you'll be able to get live, in live time. You won't, not that you want to stop emailing your loan officer, but if he's not getting back to you in a timely fashion, maybe you want it right now, and you have that capacity to get that.
I know at night, 2 a.m., when I can't sleep, I'm in my CRM. So how nice would it be to just say, you know what, this loan is on my mind. Let me go look and see where it's at.
Right. Yeah. No,
Love it.
Even for us loan officers, to me, that's an exciting tool that I can share with you that gives you real-time updates, that you don't need to rely on either myself or my processor to give that back to you. So I love that, as part of, what I do as a loan officer and what I'm able to, give back to my real estate agents. So that's
absolutely. I don't think anybody wants to do 10 emails, 3 text messages, smoke signals. It's right there. It's immediate.
Right. That's really the presentation and the focus on that. Do we have any questions?
Let's see. No questions so far.
No hands up?
Not yet. So now the loan tracker is available 24/7, right?
Absolutely.
You can just log in and it's 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like Karen mentioned earlier, if you're, if you want to bring a client in, simply email your loan officer, hey, can you log in real quick? Because I want to bring you a client, and just because they're not on, right this second, they can be on in, 3 minutes or whatever, whatever that time frame, and they can access it from their phone, from any electronic device, that has internet connection. It's not like they have to be in front of their computer. At least make that introduction via Zoom and get everybody on the same page, give everybody the warm fuzzy, right? So
keep that emotional level high.
Right.
And I think that says a lot for NEXA as a whole, that we're making these things available to our realtor partners. Down the road, this is going to be ever evolving. So down the road, we're going to have events where you can access them there. If you are new to the industry and you want your first time home buyer packet, or you want to just see how things are moving along, we're going to have social media classes in there, learning how to build your business, learning how to, grow your business if you've been in the industry. Me personally, social media was never a big part of my life, but now everything is going social media. So we're going to have classes on that in there. This will be like, dare I say, like the Walmart of mortgages. You're going to be able to get everything under one roof.
Like Amazon.
Costco or Sam's.
Yeah, okay, Costco. That sounds better.
Costco's better. Something. Not Walmart.
So you'll be able to access everything from this one spot. You'll be able to reach out to your preferred loan officer. If they're not there, because life happens, you'll still be able to get your questions answered. This is going to be such a great tool for everyone. I'm so excited.
And it's live now. It's not like this is coming. This is live now. You can access it right now. Don't wait. We have loan officers waiting right now. And again, don't hesitate to text your loan officer and say, listen, I want to bring a client in right now. Can we get on Zoom? And make it happen.
Absolutely.
Your clients are going to love this, I think, that they actually can see who their loan officer is versus either a voice or a text or an email.
Sure.
Well, I think to some extent, I know, the reason I think I like this better is because we've gotten really dependent on tech, right? And we have these conversations all the time, like loan officers sometimes run around and go, someday we're not even going to be needed. And I really just don't think that's the case, because even with all of the tech and all of the things that we can do for instant verifications of employment and, everything else that comes with kind of that day one certainty that I think Fannie Mae has, if I remember correctly, but yet that doesn't ask all the right questions, and it doesn't ask them in a way that's gonna give the borrower an indication that things are being put in correctly, right? Like things that are nuanced. I have a base salary, but I also make commission. Overtime, how long have you been there? And those general personal questions that no tech's ever gonna remember to ask.
Right.
In a way that's actually going to get the correct answer and calculate that income correctly. And that's from experience of using day one certainties. So I always have to go back and fix things. So I think, the time that it takes a borrower to fill out an application online is great, and they could even schedule a time for you guys to meet after the loan officers reviewed it. But either way, you're looking at an expert person and loan officer who's going to be able to give you actual answers. What happens if I get a gift from so-and-so? Can I get that from, my cousin's sister-in-law? Probably not. But, and those are things that nobody's going to be able to answer from just an online application right out the gate. And I think that a lot of times being able to, and present additional options too, by the way, because, tech is a yes or no. Yes, you qualify, no, you don't.
Right, and there are so many unique situations now.
Well, NEXA has so many more programs outside of that perimeter that allow us to be able to, put them in a good program that's good for them and give them a home to, so it's not, I think this to me has such a personalization to it that
I agree.
That you can't get most other places.
Well, we kind of lost touch.
Yeah. I mean, we super got dependent, right during the pandemic, obviously. And I think that kind of almost to some extent, I feel like wiped out borrowers going to offices anymore. And maybe they don't necessarily want to go to the office because it's easier to be at home or wherever. But what about open houses, right? I mean, these people come in and, you think, and you can put them in contact and they may or may not call somebody, or you may or may be able to have your loan officer just sit there with you online. I mean, if not personally, they're there with you. to be able to go ahead and work with you and help kind of answer questions for clients and whatever. How easy would it be to put that in a separate room and say, you could go talk to this loan officer personally right now, they're in there, and here's your private room to go do so.
Absolutely. So you're bringing back that person-to-person interaction, but yet you're still moving at the speed of business.
Yep.
It's
Yeah, because we have all the
both
tech to
sides
make
of
it happen just as fast, but the personal communication with it and the ability to, you know, figure out what's really going to actually work for them, you know, I think has a lot to say to that too. Especially when you have borrowers who are, you know, familiar with getting turned down. You know, we talk about that a lot, and I know that's kind of a sore spot for me. Like I hate to hear when people call and go, well, people are just so rude. Like, you know, like we said last week, saying that somebody doesn't have any business buying a house. Well, is it because they don't have any business buying a house because you only have certain programs that are available and those are the only ones your lender sells? Or is it because they really don't qualify to buy a home at all?
Sure.
And I find that always to be kind of suspect. So that personalization, I don't think, I mean, even with all of the tech that we've designed, it doesn't replace it. You still need a person, a human loan officer, for all of that. Especially
Absolutely.
if you want to actually do real business, I think, in your communities, you know, meaningful business.
And really, what's the end goal for anyone in this industry, whether they're a real estate agent or a loan officer? If they can get their business to be 100% repeat and referral without having to break down those trust barriers, you're golden.
Right.
You're golden. It's a great way to build that business.
Well, I'm surprised we don't have any more questions. I thought there would be a little bit more Q&A going on, but maybe I did just a fantastic job of explaining it.
I think it's that, Dan.
Every once in a while.
Absolutely. No, but definitely get with your loan officer. And even if you do want to share this with other realtor friends that you may know, please feel free to spread the word. We'd be happy to do creatives for you. Get with your NEXA loan officer and come on in, and we will make sure that you have those. What else? Am I missing anything else, Dan, Jen?
I think so.
So what are we doing next week?
Foreign nationals is what I heard.
Wow, Dan actually knows.
I know.
Look at that.
I had to think about it for a second, Dan. Good job.
Every
I
once
thought
in
I'd
a
be the
while,
only
my
one to
brain
know.
starts, right?
I wasn't expecting. So yeah, we're doing foreign nationals next week, which are going to be people who live. So we covered expat. What was that? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And so we're going to do foreign national and cover that program and talk about how we can work with those who live and work elsewhere, buy a home here, whether it's a second home or investment. Those are both available at.
Well, now's a prime time for that product, you know, in reality, because we have all of these, as we call them in Arizona, all these snowbirds that have come down for the winter and discovered that they love it here and they want to buy homes here. So realtors should really be trying to capture that audience, you know, and show them homes.
We have a lot of Canadians that buy property here in Phoenix, just simply for that reason. So a lot of your vacation areas, I'm sure, warm or cold, probably to some extent, depending on what people like. You know, I prefer woods with nobody around, but that's just me, you know, so there's just, everybody's got their own whatever, but I think we can second home somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Our hot spot is Tahoe.
All right. Anything else?
I think we've covered it all. Just a reminder, get with your NEXA loan officer. Have them send you that link. Register.
And we will be back next week at the same bat time on the same bat channel.
Fantastic.
No idea where that came from. I don't know where it came from, but no idea.
Well, it came from you, but I won't let it go because I like it.
Exactly. So, anyways, thank you everybody for coming. You know, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks so much, guys.